Welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed your 2-week break and got a lot of rest and relaxation in. It is October 26th, and we're going to move on with our lessons in history. A reminder that there's only 4 weeks till Thanksgiving, so we got this, guys. We can do it. Now, we are in Chapter 3, known as the Constitution. We will be identifying and analyzing the ideas behind important historical documents and how they help form the government. We will be looking at questions, for example, what powers does the president have? All of these ideas about how our country runs will be answered in this era. We'll also be taking time to tie back ideas from chapter 1 and 2, because I know over time we tend to forget short little lessons that we've been having online. Now, today in particular, we will be defining the purpose of the Northwest Ordinance. Why is this important? Well, colonists were expected to move into new territory gained. Colonists were excited to move into new territory gained after the Revolutionary War. That's the war we finished studying right before the break, where the colonists and the king fight and the colonists win their independence. How are you going to do this? Well, you're going to be analyzing the response of the 3 regions to the rules for orderly expansion. And all of this will make a little bit more sense and clarity when we start our activity. So a quick reminder from Era 1, we started out with our 3 regions of the 13 British colonies. We talked a little bit about each of these regions and what they did for their economy. We talked about the climate and the geography of each region. And most recently in chapter 2 before the break, we talked about how after the Revolutionary War and the Treaty of Paris, the colonists' territory spread west to the Mississippi here. So the United States, the new nation, went from the Atlantic coast to the Mississippi River. Now let's go ahead and get started. We're going to need to go to page 39 of your virtual notebook. Now I understand that it can be a little bit frustrating when you're waiting for your virtual notebooks to open, but it's something that you're going to have to do each day, because this work that you're doing inside your notebook will be the grades for this 9 weeks. So let's go ahead and look at page 39 of your notebook today. So you can see here the United States after the Revolutionary War on page 39. The Northwest Ordinance, or rules. Remember, the word ordinance means rules. For example, the El Paso County has ordinance right now trying to keep us safe from COVID-19. So when you hear the word ordinance, you think of rules, all right? After acquiring new territory in the Treaty of Paris, the young country needed to establish guidelines for orderly expansion. A process in which states could be added to the union or country was created. States like Virginia and New York were eager to stretch into the land that was known as the Northwest Territory. This document is considered one of the most important legislative acts passed by Congress during this era, so very important indeed. So first, let's look at the map, and then we'll talk about the rules. As you can see here, we've got some of the Northwest territory that we're talking about in these rules that many of the states want to expand into. There's also populations moving out here that want to become their own states. So what are the rules to become a state in the new territories? You're going to do the hand signs with me. Statehood would be based on population. So you're going to move your fingers like this to show lots of people. It couldn't just be you and your abuelita out there and you want to start a state. It had to be actually 60,000 people in order to become a state. So first you had to have a population of 60,000. And of course, civil liberties would be protected, meaning they outlawed slavery in new territory. So for the second rule, we're going to put our hands together and break free, because there will be no slaves allowed in new states. Again, to become a state in the Northwest Territory, it's based on population, and you were not allowed to take your slaves. All right? Now, there are 3 questions for you to reflect on here today. First, which of the 3 regions is not going to be happy about the conditions of the Northwest Ordinance, and why? So you're going to maybe review back in your notes about the 3 regions to answer that. Number 2, Name 2 states that will become part of the nation in the Northwest Territory. So you're going to want to use a map to try to figure out what states are going to be created here in these highlighted section. And finally, in your own words, what is the Northwest Ordinance? All right. And that's about it for today, guys. I want to remind you that these 3 questions are going to be your grade for today. Good luck. And as always, I'm here to help out. So have a great day and we'll see you tomorrow.